Hey friends, welcome back. We've got a lot of unpacking, organizing, cleaning, lots of new stuff in the new house to do today, and I'm so excited to share this video with you. I have been sharing new content about our house we just moved into. We've actually almost been like homeowners for a month now, but we just recently brought in all of our boxes and furniture, and we're very, very slowly unpacking. This home is definitely a fixer-upper, and so the majority of our belongings are actually just sitting down in our basement, staying in those boxes. We're trying not to bring a ton of stuff upstairs because we have floors to be refinishing. There's going to be constructions and remodeling projects, so we're trying to live comfortably, but a little bit more minimally. So we are bringing some comforts in. We're bringing in rugs and that kind of stuff and couches and things like that. We're not living we're not camping in this house, but we are trying to keep it minimal in here. We're not moving all of our clothes in. We're not moving all of Maddie's toys in, books, all of that stuff. So this video is getting the bare basics into our house, things like setting up our bed and mattress and rugs, organizing our kitchen, unpacking those boxes because we do need all of our kitchen supplies to kind of function in this house. The kitchen remodel will be maybe a year away, depending on the budget and timing of things. We need to focus on the bathrooms in this house first. That's our very first project we are really demoing and doing serious stuff with. So until that's taken care of, we have technically we have 3 bathrooms to totally remodel, but we're focusing on 2 of those first, and the kitchen remodel will come one day. But later on in this video, lots of kitchen unpacking and all of that stuff. But first, we are setting up our bedroom. I talked a lot in my last video about feeling super unsettled in this home. It was just a fixer-upper that somebody else lived in, and it had a lot of grime, and it just did not feel like a place that I enjoyed sleeping in. And so that's why we're focusing on the bedroom first. Christian knew I needed a safe space at the end of the night to come home to relax in, to sleep well in, and I'm so glad we spent the time in this room. So we are checking which rugs we want. The room's a little bit of an awkward shape, an awkward layout. They have these really pretty transom windows that are just taller windows, so they're not floor to ceiling. And it's pretty clear your bed is meant to go underneath it, but when you put your bed against this wall, there's not a good way to orient a rug. You're supposed to have it facing the opposite direction of the bed, but the only way that our rug would fit in this room is if we go sideways, the same direction as the bed, if that makes sense. So might seem a little bit weird, but we're just working with what we got. Christian's also setting up the bed frame here, and just lots of unpacking. So I'm gonna quit chattering and let you enjoy the video, the content, and just know that if you want to see all of the room makeovers, we have already painted this room and taken out the flooring in here and all of that kind of stuff. Those kinds of videos will be coming soon, so stay subscribed for that. But for this video, mostly just the settling in, organizing, cleaning, kind of my bread and butter YouTube video.
But you're taking them down, staring me apart. I can't pretend. Now I have to get over you again. Have to get over you again. Check where the party was at. Roaming around without any trouble, I began to ask.
In the past, I've gotten a bunch of comments about where our bed frame came from, how much it was, do we like it? I will have this link down below if it's still available. I believe it is. It's only in a queen size. They have a slightly different style from this website for a king size bed, so just keep that in mind. But it's called the Dean sand bed from a company called Living Spaces. I know they don't deliver everywhere, but they deliver a lot of places. So we have had this bed for a couple years. It was about $400 just for the bed frame when we bought it, which is a great deal for one of these upholstered beds. I don't know if it's the best for moving and disassembling and all of this stuff. The legs get a little bit wonky. It's a little bit on the cheaper side, but other upholstered beds are at least twice the price of this, if not 3 times the price of this bed. So we're still very happy with this find. So I'll link this down below if you're interested.
You don't have to look no further, 'cause I take care of it for you. I'll take care of it for you. Why do I have to be so humble when the rest of the world doesn't care about a thing? It's such a waste of a generation due to nothing about the condition we're in. Saying, oh,
Okay, also, this might be a little bit random, but let me guys know, words. Guys, I have not filmed a voiceover in so long. Let me try that again. Let me know, you guys, if you notice this difference too. We bought a big 5-gallon tub of the paint color Swiss Coffee by Behr Paints, and we're using it all over the house. Like I said in my last video, we're just doing a clean white paint color. Now in this room, our bedroom, that was all blue before. The closet is still blue because we're demoing it out, but the walls look almost more yellow toned than like the true white that it is. It's like a warmer white, but like in our living room, it looks like a bright, crisp white, and then you enter our bedroom and it looks like a yellow toned. And I'm pretty sure it's just because there's still like that blue closet, the bathroom is still blue, there's still little touches of blue paint every here and there in this room. And so this room always looks yellow to me, which is really funny because you walk into our living room, which is now almost entirely painted. Head over to Instagram if you want to see that stuff, but it's just weird to me to think that like it's yellow in this room and white in the living room. Let me know if you pick up on that also. Now that the bed's in here, the dresser had been brought up here. Christian actually had gotten to the house before me and Maddie did by a couple of hours. Actually, JK, he got there the night before and then met movers here, so they moved all of the heavy furniture. So thankfully, Maddie and I were not doing heavy lifting, but we did have to do a lot of unpacking. We were clearing everything out of my in-laws' house, Christian's parents' house, where we had been staying for a couple of months, and so I have just so much random junk. And the worst part about this whole day was that I don't have a lot of storage spaces in the house. We weren't bringing in all of our furniture, and we weren't like fully settling in. Like we have teeny tiny little nightstands in this room because our like normal bedroom set nightstands are so heavy and big. We're holding off on bringing those in, and so I had so much random little junk and nowhere to put it. So I'm still trying to figure out little spots for things like my chargers and my electronics and like my nail clippers, because we have way less storage in this house right now than I'm used to. And so that was like the trickiest part, is like finding homes for things without all of your storage options in the house. But moving on to the kitchen, like I said, we have a lot of work to do in this kitchen. Like we have a full remodel for this kitchen. Like everything's gonna come out, new cabinets. We are already starting to get new appliances in. You'll see some of that at the end of this video. But these cabinets, they still do the job, they still work, and I still need to cook for our family while we're going through this process. So rather than just eating out for the next week and a half, I wanted to get started this night on laying down all of the contact paper liners for the drawers so I could get settled in the kitchen and start cooking in here. I found this pretty contact paper at Target when Maddie and I were in Knoxville for one of these visits, and I'm just going through all of them. It's kind of a pain in the butt to do all of this, but it feels so nice and clean to have like fresh contact paper that I know that I placed in here, that I know is clean and new. And like there were some random things in these cabinets. Like I was vacuuming up lots of dust and debris and like leaves even. I don't know how leaves get inside of kitchen cabinets, and they were not bay leaves, but they definitely needed to be cleaned and everything. And this is a good temporary solution until hopefully within the next year or so, we just tear all of this out and start from scratch in here.
It was bound to happen, 'cause your heart is caving in. So why you bother? This is nothing you can run from. I hope you make it, 'cause I can change it anyway. For soon it's all over, and you've been running again. Before you know it, it's all over. So enjoy your heartbreak, enjoy your heartbreak, my friend.
Now the contact paper was really frustrating in the beginning to work with, but I learned a couple tricks along the way. One, instead of like having to measure and get complicated with how much, like where to make your cut lines, I found that just rolling it out inside of the cabinet or the drawer and then like pressing the crease down created a like bend in the paper that I could see and cut. So that made that process easy. And then I found the easiest way to lay it down in these drawers was to just kind of like take the full backing off of it and like drape it down. So you'll see me holding like the back two corners of the contact contact paper sheet and then like lowering it and sliding it in until the whole thing lays flat, and then I pushed it down, if that makes sense. Kind of frustrating to work with, but definitely worth it in the end. And now that we're getting to the unpacking part, I'm very grateful that all of these drawers and cabinets are clean and fresh to move into.
Enjoy your heartbreak, my friend.
Something I've done for our last two moves, especially with kitchen items, is that I run it through the dishwasher and then put it away. Like I will just have the boxes, load them straight into the dishwasher. Once it fills up, I stop unpacking, I just let that run, empty the dishwasher, and then put it all away so everything is clean and fresh. And sadly, we did not realize this until very recently, but our dishwasher here is broken and very gross, so we're getting a new dishwasher installed. Like, stay tuned to the end of the video for an update on that whole debacle that's going on, because it's not as straightforward as we wish it would be. So I am kind of taking a shortcut here. I am not washing anything, really. I'm just putting it straight into our cabinets, kind of where I think it will go. And one day when we have the new dishwasher installed, I will go back, wash everything. But until then, we're still living the like paper plates, paper bowls, plastic utensil life, and just hand washing a couple of pots and pans to get us through till then. It's not my ideal way of living in this kitchen, but it's just the reality where we're at. We also have an interesting pantry in this house, so I'm just gonna fill this up. I ran out of contact paper, so I need to grab some more of that, but I think what I'm going to do is a full video on organizing, cleaning, like deep cleaning. These cabinets need like degreaser used on them and all of that stuff, and I need to finish doing the contact paper and deep clean the pantry, but a full video with organization for all of that stuff should be coming out, I don't know, I haven't filmed it yet, but like maybe a week or two from now. Once the dishwasher gets installed, which hopefully will happen this week, we can get everything cleaned and then start organizing and really truly settling into this kitchen the way that I want to be. But until then, we're just putting things in cabinets and closing the doors and hoping for the best.
Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing.
Guys, I know this is an unpacking video, but I am just really cheating and loosely using that term. I am unpacking this box, and it's got most of our like baking, like dry good containers, like all of our pop containers, our cereal containers. And when I packed, we were in a rush. You guys remember those videos. That was very chaotic time packing and moving out of that house. So none of these have been cleaned or rinsed out. There's residue in them, and I do not have the time today, or even to like now, like a week after I filmed this, while I'm editing this, I have not had time to clean and wash all of these out, I am just stacking them over on a big shelf in this corner of the kitchen and pretending they don't exist. So yes, we're unpacking this box, but we're just kind of stacking it in a corner. That's what that whole kitchen organization video is going to be about. If you spot this shelf in the back cabinet just piled high with a bunch of junk, that's what's going on there. I will be tackling that in a video soon, and I think it'll be really satisfying. I'm excited to get to baking again. I miss baking, and I just need to restock our flour, our sugars, like all of those things need to be restocked, refilled, washed out first of all, and so that will be coming soon. So kind of cheating with the unpacking in this video, but you gotta do what you gotta do, and we're just making progress in this house.
Until we crashed and burned. No, I wasn't the one, but I gave it all I've got. When all is said and done, when all is said and done, we went head first into the waves. We were right there in the eye of the storm. When I look back, I see it clear. I tried but couldn't give you more. You were a great one at the wrong time. I could never give you what you need and deserve. We went head first into the waves until we crashed and burned. No, I wasn't the one, but I hope you think of me with love when all is said and done.
So far, I was really happy because we only had 2 minor casualties. We lost 2 wine glasses that broke during the move, but not a huge deal. I do want to make sure that all of the glass is fully cleaned up and taken care of, so vacuuming, wiping things down, and being very cautious with Bucky and Madeline in the house, but I have a few more boxes to still unpack. I'm not unpacking this kitchen yet. Like I said, dishwasher debacle, not having like places to keep things that are clean, and it's a bit of a mess in this house. This house is a disaster. You will catch up on that shortly. But long story short, I have a few more boxes of like mugs and servingware to still go through, so we'll see if anything else broke. But in this video, I only found 2 broken wine glasses, and I will call that a win.
Maybe in another life we could have worked it out, but we got too close to the sun. When all is said and done, when all is said and done, when all is said and done.
I didn't do a great job of filming this, but in between the first bout of unpacking the kitchen and now we did a Costco run. We spent so much money. Our cart was overflowing. Like, we would have gotten more things, but we would have needed a second cart at that point, and it was a Saturday. It was a disaster, and so we spent way too much money at Costco, and the ironic part of all of that is it still didn't seem like we had a lot of food in the fridge. Like, our fridge still seemed pretty bare after a very expensive Costco run, and I didn't even have like enough groceries to make a full meal. We love most things from Costco. We love meats, we love fruits, we love the dry goods, but the one thing we always waste whenever we buy it there is vegetables. So I didn't buy us any like broccoli or potatoes or any of that stuff because it's just too much to buy in bulk for the size of our family right now. So we ended up doing a Walmart delivery order for groceries. One of our credit cards comes with a free Walmart Plus membership, so we get to waive the $8 delivery fee. So all we do is pay the grocery bill and then the tip for the driver who delivers it. And so we did that. We have never been able to do that before in our last house because we were on a military base and you have to have base access. It gets complicated, but it was so exciting for us to be able to be like, oh, we could just have our groceries delivered to the door. So that was really fun. We had dinner. I was able to cook. I got vegetables from Walmart pickup. And it was also good to go to Walmart just to get some items that we like don't need to buy in bulk. Like, I don't need like 4 gallons of ketchup. I just need one small bottle to fit in the fridge. So things like that we added from Walmart later.
It wasn't fair. It's over now, so don't despair. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay. Fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay.
This was one box I was very nervous about things having broken in it. It had all of our plates and bowls and little ramekins and all that little stuff, but I think I packed it super well. If you are moving in the future, I cannot recommend packing paper enough. It is super inexpensive, super cheap, and super effective. So I packed these boxes pretty heavy on the bottom with all of our plates, and then I did a layer of all of our kitchen towels, microfiber towels. Here, I'm bagging them up and gonna go throw them in the laundry. Oh, that is something else we have to figure out still. This house has not been updated in a while, and the dryer has only a like 3-prong outlet. Like it's like a big circle outlet, but it's only 3 prongs, and now the big circle outlets on dryers have 4 prongs. So that's one more thing that we need to get fixed. We currently do not have a dryer that we can use. Christian's gonna rewire it, but we will need an electrician to come in and hook it up into our breaker box. That's like one thing he doesn't feel comfortable with doing quite yet. He's been doing a lot of electrical work, but he does not want to mess with the breaker box. We will need the house to be rewired at some point. That we're gonna figure out at some point in time, but we don't have a dryer, long story short. So I actually, as I'm filming this, those towels are all sitting in my washing machine, and we bought a big drying rack, so I need to go get those out and hang them to dry. So good little reminder. Also, please don't be grossed out by all of this kitchenware going in these drawers dirty. I would love to have had the time to actually clean all of them, but I didn't. So we're just doing the best we can, getting things put away, and I know that at some point I will get around to cleaning all of this.
Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no
Point we had gotten through some of the biggest boxes, and Madeline was down for the night, and I was going to pivot to another project. I was going to start painting in this room, so we are just going to clear these big boxes out. Like the kitchen, you could walk around in it, so like the boxes left behind are smaller boxes, so it feels good and productive to have that done, to get these boxes taken out of there. And speaking of all that electrical work that Christian was doing, all of the time that I was unpacking, he was updating our outlets from these old dated 2-prong ones to a 3-prong outlet that were GFCI, one of those. It's like safer, that it just like trips the outlet basically, and it's better for the electricity in the house and the appliances plugged into it. So he has been going around and replacing all of those. I think he's done like 5 or 6 or 7 at this point, and some of them were tricky, and oh well. But we wanted to make sure that the one in the kitchen right here where this white table is located was definitely updated, because we were going to be plugging in our new microwave here. We also have our little coffee station set up over here, but the big thing is we didn't want to have issues with wiring or shorting circuits and all of that stuff and messing with all of the other appliances in the kitchen if we shorted like with the microwave. So long story short, new plugs. They look better and they're a little bit safer for the house too. Like I said, we still need to rewire the entire house, and we'll get to that probably within the next couple of months. That's a pretty high priority for us. but I'm unpacking a little bit more here while Christian's unpacking all of his coffee supplies, running a clean cycle through the coffee pot, all of that stuff, pulling my KitchenAid out, and then we will pull out the brand new microwave and set it up.
To express yourself in your own way, and we could have some fun. No problems coming in our way. I would like you just the way you are, and you would like me just the way I am, and I would like you just the way you are, the way you are. Oh, keep on doing what you do, doing what you do. Just keep on doing what you do, doing what you do, doing what you do, what you do, doing what you do, do what you like to, what you like to do, what you like to.
On to a new day. It feels so good to be able to film us making our bed in this house. If you guys have been around for a long time, all of my cleaning videos basically include making the bed. It just transforms your bedroom, giving the pillows a little chop. And one of Christian's biggest priorities this morning was getting rid of these suitcases. He hates the feeling of living out of a suitcase, and especially in his own home, he did not want to do that. So I very begrudgingly opened up these massive suitcases that were overstuffed with all of my and Madeline's clothes, and then moved a portion of it into the dresser. Like I said, we're trying to still keep it minimal. Like, we have nothing else in this room, like clothing wise, except what's in this dresser. So I didn't want to go crazy with the unpacking and all of that, but picking out the pieces that fit us that we're going to wear regularly right now, and just pulling out what we need so we can get rid of these suitcases and put those down in the basement for later.
Do what you like to, what you like to do, do what you like, do what you like to, what you like to do. Just keep on doing what you do, doing what you do, doing what you do, doing what you do, do what you like to, what you like to do, do what you like, do what you like to, what you like to do. I bet you think that I should calm down, and that I'm overthinking everything about you, and that we're good the way we are.
It was also time to add a little privacy back to our house. I also love curtains for making the home feel a little bit more cozier, a little more like ours. It's also a bunch of wall decor that you don't have to worry about. It's like functional and pretty. So we installed these curtains. That way we're not just staring straight down into our neighbor's yard. Thankfully, this house has a decent sized backyard, especially for Bucky, but it's also nice to not be able to look straight into your neighbor's kitchen from your own kitchen. It's a big upgrade from our last house, and we're very blessed and excited to have this much space. Not like a crazy amount of space. I think it's maybe a half-acre lot, maybe a little bit less, but to us, that feels like so much space compared to what we lived in before. Okay, we haven't shown a lot of the other two bedrooms that are on the main level of this house. This is the smaller of the two. They both need a lot of work. The floors, the finish is really worn down. They need to be sanded and refinished, just like all the other flooring in the house. The walls, you also can't tell in this video, the walls are really grimy and just dirty. So this room needs paint, new floors. It's going to be our new baby's nursery. It's not going to be Maddie's room long term, but for right now it has curtains in it. So we just built her crib and put it in here, and she's just kind of stayed in here as where she sleeps. That's really the only purpose of this room, is it's where Maddie takes naps and goes to bed at night. And we ended up finding some more of these floor tiles that you see on the bottom. I got these for our playroom makeover a while ago from a brand called House of Noah, and they're the soft padded floor mats that like interlock together, but they're a really pretty pattern. So today I'm just going to add in the rest of them that we found during the moving process, give them a good cleaning with some Clorox wipes, and just make a little bit better use of the space in this room. We're not decorating in here. We're not putting furniture in here yet. Like I said, we're gonna actually be busting open this room and Maddie's future bedroom to build a bathroom in between the two of them. So a lot of work's gonna come in here at some point very soon in the future, and so we're just not investing a lot of time and paint and effort into these spaces until we start the big project.
Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? And will you let me down? Before I'm too invested, you should take it easy. Maybe we could test this and work out our feelings. Maybe when I love you, tell me, do you want me? And will you let me down?
We've been storing a bunch of our go-to tools. Christian's got all of his stuff for replacing outlets. I've got things for painting. All of that's in this little desk cubby and mantle. So today's goal was to clean off the mantle and the desk, just organize it better. I got to the mantle and got that cleared off mostly by moving all of the tools that had spread over here back over to the desk, and called it a day on that. Progress, not perfection. We do reach for this stuff very frequently, so it makes sense to have it easily accessible. And then we're moving over to our lovely dishwasher. We did not realize this dishwasher did not work when we bought the house, so we bought a new one and had that delivered from Sam's Club, and they have an installation kit, like someone that comes and installs it for you. And the guy who came here like pulled it out and was like, I have no idea what was going on back here, like this is bad. And he offered to like hardwire it for us and some stuff, but he said like it'd just be easier long term, it'd be for the best of the kitchen if you just add another electrical box, and then we can plug in the dishwasher straight into the outlet. And so Christian's going to be doing that soon. That way we can also install a garbage disposal pretty easily there, and that's just another project. So we currently don't have a dishwasher. There's just a gaping hole in our kitchen where that once was, but hopefully that will be fixed soon too. But that's a wrap on this video. That's all I was able to capture for you guys. I hope you have enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!